Have you ever wondered how an electric vehicle is built from scratch? As we stand at the dawn of a new era, the age of the combustion engine is gradually coming to an end, giving way to the electric revolution. A revolution fueled by innovation, sustainability, and the collective desire to preserve our planet for future generations. Electric vehicles, often referred to as EVs, are skyrocketing in popularity. They're not just a trendy symbol of status or a nod to the tech-savvy. They are a testament to human ingenuity and a bold step towards a greener future. These silent, smooth-driving machines produce zero tailpipe emissions, making them a cleaner alternative to their gas-guzzling counterparts. But how does one go from a concept to a fully functioning electric vehicle? What are the key components and how do they come together to form a marvel of modern engineering? Join us as we delve into the intricate process of building an electric vehicle. Scene script. Before we begin, it's essential to understand what makes an electric vehicle unique. An electric vehicle, or EV for short, is quite similar to your conventional car in many ways, but the driving force behind it is remarkably different. So let's break down the basic components of an EV. Firstly, we have the electric motor. This is the heart of the vehicle. It's what propels the car forward or backward. Unlike a combustion engine that burns fuel to produce power, an electric motor uses electricity. It's a much cleaner and more efficient way to generate motion. Next, we have the battery. Think of it as the fuel tank of an electric vehicle. But instead of storing gasoline, it stores electricity. It's a rechargeable battery, which means you can refill it with electricity when it runs low. And it's usually the heaviest part of the EV, often placed at the bottom of the vehicle to improve stability and handling. The third key component is the controller. This is the brain of the operation. It manages the power distribution between the battery and the motor. When you press the accelerator pedal, the controller determines how much electricity to send from the battery to the motor, thus controlling the speed of the vehicle. These components work together to make an electric vehicle function. The battery provides the electricity, the controller manages the power distribution, and the motor uses this power to drive the wheels. It's a beautifully harmonious system, and understanding how these parts interact is the key to building an electric vehicle. Now it's important to mention that there are many other components in an EV, like the charger, the thermal management system, and the regenerative braking system. But for the sake of simplicity, we focused on the three main components today. With a strong understanding of these components, we are ready to start building. The first step in building an electric vehicle is constructing the chassis. This is the skeletal frame of the vehicle, and it's crucial to get it right. Think of it as the backbone of your electric vehicle, providing support and stability to the entire structure. The process begins with designing a blueprint that ensures the chassis is both strong and lightweight. Opt for materials like aluminum or carbon fiber, which offer the ideal blend of durability and weight. Once the design is finalized, it's time to cut and shape these materials into the required form, typically using a combination of welding and bolting. Remember, this isn't just about creating a frame to house the other components. It's about engineering a structure that can withstand the vehicle's weight, the torque from the electric motor, and the dynamic forces encountered on the road. The chassis forms the foundation of our electric vehicle, onto which the other components will be mounted. It's the initial step in our journey to a zero-emission ride. Now that we have our chassis ready, it's time to install the electric motor. Our electric motor is the heart of our electric vehicle. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, propelling our vehicle forward. So, let's get to it. First, we need to mount the motor to the chassis. This is a crucial step, as it ensures the motor is firmly secured and ready to handle the power it's going to generate. Start by aligning the mounting holes on the motor with the ones on the chassis. Use high-quality bolts and washers to secure the motor in place. Tighten each bolt evenly to avoid any imbalance or misalignment. Remember, a well-mounted motor reduces vibrations and increases the efficiency of your electric vehicle. Next, it's time to connect the motor to the controller. The controller is the brain of our vehicle. It regulates the amount of power that goes from the battery to the motor, based on how much you're pressing the accelerator. To connect the two, run the motor cables from the controller to the motor. Make sure the cables are secure and well insulated to prevent any electrical shorts. While connecting, remember that each motor and controller pair has its own unique wiring scheme. It's essential to follow the manufacturer's instructions to ensure correct and safe connections. Incorrect wiring can lead to motor or controller damage, so Take your time and double-check your work. Now let's connect the motor to the drive shaft. The drive shaft is the component that transfers the motor's power to the wheels. Use a high-quality coupling to ensure a firm connection between the motor and the drive shaft. Again, follow the manufacturer's instructions to ensure proper installation. Lastly, it's time to test our work. Power up the controller and gently press the accelerator. You should see the motor spinning and hear a smooth electric hum. If not, double-check your connections and make sure everything is tightened and aligned correctly. With the motor in place, our vehicle is starting to take shape. And remember, the journey of building an electric vehicle is just as exciting as driving one. So, keep up the great work and let's move on to the next phase: implementing the battery system. The heart of any electric vehicle is its battery system. Indeed, the battery system is the powerhouse of any electric vehicle. It's what fuels the motor, giving life to our creation. As such, its selection and installation are critical steps in our vehicle building process. There are several types of batteries to choose from, each with its own set of advantages and drawbacks. The most common types are lead-acid, nickel-metal hydride, and lithium-ion. Lead-acid batteries are the oldest and most reliable, but they're also the heaviest. Nickel-metal hydride batteries, on the other hand, are lighter and have a higher energy density, but they're also more expensive. Lithium-ion batteries are the lightest and most energy-dense, but they're also the most costly. Once you've selected the right type of battery for your needs and budget, it's time to install it. This involves securing the battery in the designated compartment and connecting it to the vehicle's electrical system. Remember, safety should be your top priority at this stage. Always wear protective gear and make sure the vehicle is turned off before you start working. After the battery is securely installed, it's time to connect it to the motor and controller. This is done using heavy-duty wiring, which is designed to handle the high current flow from the battery to the motor. The controller acts as the intermediary between the battery and the motor, regulating the amount of power that flows from the battery to the motor based on the driver's inputs. Lastly, don't forget to install a battery management system. This is a crucial component that monitors the battery's state of charge, temperature, and overall health. It helps protect the battery from overcharging and overheating, thereby extending its lifespan. And there you have it. Our battery system is now in place. It's a remarkable feat, one that brings our vehicle to life, transforming it from a simple chassis with a motor into a fully functioning electric vehicle. Our vehicle now has the power it needs to run, bringing us one step closer to completion. We're almost there. It's time for the finishing touches and tests. This is the point in our electric vehicle build where we can see the finish line. We've built the chassis, installed the motor, and implemented the battery system. But our work isn't done just yet. We still have a few more steps to complete before our creation is ready for the open road. First up is installing the body. This is the protective shell that gives our vehicle its shape and style. It's not just about aesthetics though. The body also plays a crucial role in aerodynamics, helping to reduce drag and increase efficiency. So take your time with this step. Make sure everything fits just right and double-check all your fastenings. Next, we move on to setting up the interior. This is where you can really let your creativity shine. From the seats to the dashboard, every detail matters. This is your chance to create a space that's not just functional but also comfortable and visually appealing. Remember though, safety is paramount. Ensure all components like seatbelts and airbags are installed correctly. Finally, it's time for the most critical step of all: road tests. This is where we put our electric vehicle to the test, checking everything from acceleration and braking to range and charging times. Be thorough with these tests. Remember, it's better to spot any issues now, in the safety of a controlled environment, rather than out there on the open road. There may be a few bumps along the way, a few adjustments needed here and there. That's perfectly normal. Don't be disheartened. Each challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve, and that's it. We've installed the body, set up the interior, and conducted thorough road tests. We've faced challenges, made adjustments, and learned a whole lot along the way. And there we have it. Our electric vehicle is now ready to hit the road. Let's revisit the exciting journey we've been on. We embarked on a revolutionary journey into the world of electric vehicles, understanding their importance as we move towards a cleaner, greener future. We started with the basics, delving into the heart of these vehicles, understanding the chassis, the skeleton that holds everything together. Then we moved on to the motor, the powerhouse of an electric vehicle. It's where the magic happens, where electricity turns into motion. Next, we explored the battery system, the fuel for our electric vehicle. It's more than just a battery. It's a complex system that stores and supplies power. And finally, we added the finishing touches and ran tests to ensure our creation was ready to hit the road. Next time you see an electric vehicle, remember the intricate process behind its creation. It's not just a car, it's a testament to human ingenuity and our commitment to a sustainable future.